Hi everyone, thank you for watching this video today. I'm Joanne and today I'm going to talk about the speaking section of the IELTS exam. Remember to check out the other videos in this series for more help. Today I will be focusing on part 3 of the IELTS exam. Take a look at our previous videos for information on the IELTS speaking exam itself and marking criteria, along with exam tips, useful phrases, as well as example questions and model answers. As I said, in today's video, I'll be talking about part 3 of the speaking exam. Part 3 is the two-way discussion section of the speaking exam, and it lasts roughly about 5 minutes. And in it, the examiner will ask you some questions connected with part 2 of the exam. Today, I will focus on the marking criteria for grammatical range and accuracy. This refers to the candidate's ability to use a range of structures and how well they use them. As well as the rules of language, this criteria considers the communicative functions of speech. Here you can see the marking criteria for a Band 7 answer, taken from the IELTS website. As you can see, you'll need to use a range of complex structures with some flexibility. You can make some errors, but you should frequently produce error-free sentences. Remember to check your answers against the marking criteria once you are finished practicing, and think about what you can do to improve next time. Keeping in mind the grammar and accuracy marking criteria we've just looked at, here's our first sample question for today. Can a technology be inherently good or bad, or is it always neutral? So, what kind of grammar structures can we use in our answer? Remember, the question is, can a technology be inherently good or bad, or is it always neutral? When I read that question, some grammar structures come to mind. For example, adverbs of certainty and comparative adverbs. Here's a model answer with some of those suggested grammar points highlighted. So the question was, can a technology be inherently good or bad, or is it always neutral? And the answer is, in my opinion, technology is definitely neutral. However, some technology could more easily become bad than other types of technology, and therefore, I think people fear and perceive some technology as bad. But in my opinion, it is not inherently bad, despite it having the potential to become bad. Possibly in the future, as technology becomes more advanced and it has the potential to think and change on its own, then it will probably no longer be inherently neutral, but may become either slightly better or go from bad to worse. Now, let's take a look at another question. Our question is, what has been the most important technological advance of the past 50 years? Now, think about what different grammar points come to mind when you see this question. Remember, our question is, what has been the most important technological advance of the past 50 years? So, when I read that question, some grammar structures come to mind. For example, modal verbs, such as might, and adverbials of probability, for example, definitely or certainly. Here's the model answer with the different grammar points highlighted. So, the question was, what has been the most important technological advance of the past 50 years? I would say that the most important technological advancement of the last 50 years would definitely be the internet and the World Wide Web. Access to the internet has fundamentally changed how our societies work. It must have altered communication, business, education, healthcare, and socialization, to name but a few. In my opinion, it is the most important technological advancement because of how it has impacted so many different aspects of society, and how it may not be finished changing societies. It will be interesting to see how it might continue to change the world in the future. Another skill that the examiner is assessing is how well the candidate pronounces the language, as well as the communicative effect of the candidate's pronunciation. There is evaluation of how much strain it causes a listener and how noticeable their accent is, although the accent itself is not a problem. Candidates need to be able to produce the phonological features of speech. Here you can see the marking criteria for a Band 7 answer, taken from the IELTS website. You can see that mispronunciation of individual words or sounds is okay at times, but you must generally be understood throughout the exam. Let's look at our final example question for today's video and focus on pronunciation. Question and the last question for today's video. The question is, what are the biggest technological challenges facing the world today? Here is your sample answer. In my opinion, I would say that the biggest technological challenges facing the world today surround information security, which in turn creates trust issues amongst society. Recent years have seen increases in phishing, attacks, and end-user problems, especially during the pandemic. How to deal with these issues presents a massive challenge for companies. We've got some tricky words in this answer. I recommend breaking those words down and practicing them until you are comfortable saying them. As you can see, I have broken the longer words into their individual syllables. The words were surround, security, amongst, phishing. If any of these words are still hard for you, just make a note of them and repeat them several times at home until it feels more natural. Remember, you can check your pronunciation by Googling the word if you're not sure. Here is our tip of the day. Try to avoid using fillers. Thank you for watching today's video. I hope you've enjoyed this lesson. My fellow Intrepid English teachers and I will be back again soon. Have a great day.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell, and check out our other videos. You can find loads of useful links in the description below. Let's get started.